Hi guys, I just wanted to open this episode up with saying that this episode does contain sensitive topics and content, so be aware while listening. And if you have sensitive stomachs or sensitive certain things, maybe skip this episode. All right, let's do this. Welcome back to Paranormal Puffs and Murderous Mixology Stuff. My name is Marissa.
My name is Bob.
And we are back with another episode. Guess what, babe? We've officially made it to our
episode 4.
Yes, and you know what that means? They say that if you make it to episode 4, you're like doing 90% better than all the other podcasts, because a lot of podcasts don't make it to episode 4. So that's pretty cool.
And also what I realized is that we're not really going to be able to get listeners here on planet Earth, obviously, but the airwaves or like the radio waves of what we do will travel. And maybe there's like aliens out there that are just watching this shit, loving the fuck out of it. But yeah, people on Earth are not tuning in.
Baby, we have I feel like we're doing really good. I think you need to be more grateful. Thank you to all of the 200 downloads that we've had so far.
My friend Jeremy for tuning in
woot,
and
woot,
downloading
Jeremy,
200
what's
times.
up? J-Dog.
J Barnes.
J-Bone.
No, don't say his name because then child support will come after him.
Okay.
Anyway, Marissa, did we talk about what you're drinking tonight? I mean, I obviously know what you're drinking.
Yeah, because you're actually drinking too.
What you're drinking. I'm actually just drinking this Diet Dr. Pepper right
But
now.
you were drinking it and you said it was pretty good. We're actually drinking pomegranate martinis, 2 parts pomegranate juice, 2 parts citrus type vodka, 1 part triple sec, and I modified it and did 2 parts lemonade. It's really good.
Yeah.
As always, thank you for everyone who's reviewed and rated so far. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Shadow Stalker. We appreciate you
both. There was actually that one new review on Podcast Republic, which was really sweet. He says he gets high at night and listens to our stuff, so we appreciate you.
Oh, thanks, man. And to all you aliens out there, what's up, man? Come visit Earth and...
Please don't visit.
Help us defeat the robots.
We haven't got any... emails or anything like that on your stories, so we decided to go to Reddit and find some interesting...
I believe it's pronounced Reddit.
Okay, baby. Reddit stories.
Reddit?
Are you done?
No. Reddit?
We decided to go to Reddit and find some like funny, morbid...
We wanted to find some more stories about Jew suits.
stories on there. So, so let's retell the tales of Reddit. And honestly, as you guys probably, I don't know if we mentioned before, but we fucking love Reddit, both you and I.
I like Reddit,
so,
yeah. Are you in the gambling
what's one of the craziest that recently that you've read on Reddit? Can I tell you mine first?
Yeah.
Okay, so like mine that's kind of stuck with me for a while. It was like this guy, and he was saying that he was involved in a threesome.
I know. Let me know. I already heard this one. So... the guy says to his girl, hey, yo, let's get a threesome.
Yeah.
And the girl says, yeah, after some negotiations.
Yes.
And I don't know who the guy is. You said it's his best friend here.
I think so, yeah.
I know how it goes. Ultimately, they fuck the shit out of her.
No.
Well, the guy does, his friend.
Yes.
And the guy is left, like, out. And he's just kind of like, what the fuck? Nobody. Yeah. I didn't know she could fuck like that.
Can I really? No.
You know, because that's what happens. Like, you didn't know, because you just do stuff that you see with your girlfriend, and you think that that's all she's capable of. But really, there's a lot more that she could do out there.
No, so basically...
You're turning red.
So, what? Because I think this is like my second one.
You're like Asian.
Oh, my goodness. So, anyway.
Oh, this actually happened to our friend that we did not name the beginning of the episode, but what happened to him personally in this exact same situation, it wasn't his wife, obviously, and it didn't end things for them, obviously, but what happened for them personally, and I can't vouch for this, is that she was like, you know, the guy that he brought over was some kind of maniac, some kind of huge fucking bodybuilder type dude, just fucking power bombed his girlfriend. You know what I mean? And she slobbed on that knob like
like corn on the cob.
He had never even seen. Like she was fucking jacking off and blowing him like it was like the last cock on Earth to save the Earth, you know? And he was just watching, just sad, and like I'm pretty sure like the guy finished in her mouth, and like that wasn't something she did. You know what I mean? And that's because it's just spontaneous. It's just like, and it's just like the girl's just having fun. She thinks you want to see her get nasty. But it's just like, yeah, for me...
with some, you know,
and then you're there with your soft dick. Your friend just came down your fucking girlfriend's sloppy throat, and you guys are all just standing there now. It's over. You know what I mean? It's weird.
So can I finish my story?
That didn't happen to anybody I know.
Okay, can I finish my story, babe?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, yeah, he wanted to have a threesome. She agreed. The best friend came over, and they said, like, they were going at it. The guy who suggested it originally, like, came within, like, 10 minutes. And then it was just the girlfriend and the best friend going at it for, like, I believe, like, an hour or, like, half an hour. Something crazy. And he said, like, he was posting on Reddit because he's like, I kind of feel bad about it. And then people were like, you fucking asshole. Of course you should feel bad about it. Like, why did you continue to, like, bang his fucking girlfriend right in front of him? You could have stopped after, like, 5 minutes. Like, you know? And I don't know. It's just something that about that post. I don't know. It just kind of feels so, like, nasty, you know? I feel bad for the best friend. I feel bad for him.
You know, you don't know what's going to happen, you know, and that's a possibility.
And
but,
someone else said you fucked around and found out.
I just think he should have chimed in.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And why didn't you say stop? And then why didn't the other guy stop? Why are you just fucking his girl, dude?
What is going through your fucking heads?
Yeah, where you have to, like,
some other dude to bang your girlfriend.
Would you ever have a threesome with me?
Yeah, but with, like, some beautiful woman.
But then the same shit. What if she, like, does porn star shit that I never do?
That's different. That's cool.
Exactly for you, but it would ruin our relationship.
So who cares?
At that point.
It's different though, because I don't know. You know what I mean? At least it's like not something I'm dealing with. No, I'm kidding, kind of. But the thing is like, yeah. I mean, I think it's natural for a guy to want to do a threesome. But if you want to do it with another guy, it's pretty gay, in my opinion. Like, some people don't agree. Some people just want to see, oh, I want my girlfriend to see how much cock she could take.
Jesus.
You know what I mean? It's like a lot, probably, you know? But I don't need to know.
3.
I don't need to figure it out.
Oh, God.
The exact amount. It could be a while.
My goodness.
You know what I mean? Especially depending on the day.
Jesus. Okay, so I have, like, a few different categories, and I guess you can pick which category you want us to, like, read from. There's, like, sex horror stories.
No.
Okay. There is stories that you've heard or been through that still give you the chills.
Fine. Let's go for that one.
All right. You know? This is our intro to Reddit Reads.
You're listening to Paranormal Puffs and Murderous Mixology Stuff.
Okay, so this is stories that you've heard or have experienced that still give you the chills.
I don't know what that means, really. That's why I picked this one.
So this is the first one. I'll read one, then you'll read one, okay?
You just read them.
No, people have been wanting to hear from you, so this is, I've already have them prepared.
Who are these people?
On Instagram. Someone reached out. Okay. All right, you ready? So this is from, pterodactyl_eyes. He was responding to someone's post about their chilling stories. My friend told me about something that happened to her when she was younger, about 8 or 9. She was walking home from school and got her key out to let herself into the house. Her single mom worked and came home later on weekdays. As she reached up to put her key in the door, her mom opened it in dressing gown, having left home sick. Instead of greeting her, she looked straight past my friend and immediately said, "Who are you?" My friend turned around, and a man in a long coat hurried back down the path and down the street. Being ill that day had potentially saved her daughter from something potentially horrible happening to her. Do you get what just happened there?
I had nodded off and was thinking about some other shit, and then I came back to it, and obviously...
So she was saying that she basically was walking home from school that day. She was 8 or 9 years old.
No bueno.
Her mom was supposed to be at work.
Why was she walking home from school at 8 or 9?
I used to walk at home when I was that age.
In that sexy outfit?
Baby.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, so basically she was walking home, and I guess a man followed her home, but she's like an 8 or 9 year old and doesn't even realize. And so her mom opened
the pool man, and she was just trying to like.
So when she said the mom said, "Who are you?" Her friend turned around, and it was a man wearing a long coat, and he hurried back down the path to the street. So he like ran a fucking way. Is that not crazy?
When her mom saw him?
Yes. The mom was homesick though. She was supposed to be at work. So she like basically her being homesick saved the girl's life.
So now the pool guy can't do the work at the pool?
It wasn't a pool guy, baby. It was like probably a pedophile.
How do you know?
Okay.
Did you have Chris Hansen like the messages?
Okay, your turn to read.
That's it?
Yes,
that
was
the whole
it.
Fucking shit?
It's Reddit Reads. We're just reading stories.
I'll do the
from
next
Reddit.
one after this. You do this one.
Okay.
I have to warm up.
So it says, this is from Quill from Reddit. So it's Quill QYLL. It says, very short one. Was talking to someone who was the first on scene. No.
Very short one.
Yeah.
Dick, blender, no feel
No
good.
bueno. It says, okay, very short one. Was talking to someone who was first on scene to the Virginia Tech massacre.
Oh, let me go. I know where this is going.
Okay.
So you know about the Virginia Tech massacre, right?
Yes.
What do you know about this? Let's hear
Is
what
it
you
the
know.
two guys in the trench coat?
No, that's Columbine.
Oh.
So you don't know shit about shit.
Baby, yeah. I'm more paranormal. You're more true crime, baby.
Sorry, you know what I'm saying. But
Do you know shit about Men in Black, bitch?
Yes.
So shut the fuck up.
I don't know shit about Men in Black either. You just think it's real and you think they visited your parents.
Oh my goodness. Okay, go ahead.
I'm just like, no.
So, yeah. So he was...
No, hold on.
Go ahead.
Let's talk about this shit.
Okay, let's talk about it.
So tell me what you... Oh, yeah, you don't know about Virginia Tech. But so tell me what you know about Columbine. Do you know anything about Columbine?
Yeah, so I think from the Columbine shooting, it was two like friends. They were kind of like outcasts. They wore trench coats to the school
Okay,
one
so
day,
that's
and they
the one
wanted.
you're thinking.
Yeah,
of. Yeah,
uh-huh.
yeah. Okay, so that's pretty accurate. It sounds like you kind of know that one. So, but Virginia Tech, it was this Asian kid, and he was like definitely an outcast his whole life, and who knows what was really going on with him. But I think he was just super rejected and stuff. But it's like a super strange kid. I think his name was like David Cho or some. I don't know. That's probably not it. Whatever.
I feel like the outcast part is like always similar.
But the crazy part is like I think he killed like a very high number of people.
Whoa.
Like over 30 people.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, like something crazy like that. And
So
I think
go ahead.
like
That's so sad.
one of the professors who like was protecting his class who died was like a Holocaust survivor.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's fucked, dude.
Yeah.
Aw. Dude, that's so sad. I'm like literally tearing up right now.
Little bitch.
The drinks make me emotional. Okay, so it says, was talking to someone who was first on scene to the Virginia Tech massacre. He told me that although the sight of dead bodies was disturbing, what really stays with him was the sound of all the cell phones ringing from the people trying to contact them. Dude, did that not just send a fucking chill down your spine?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like that one, like, dude, it has 3.4 thousand likes. But like, you know, like with the school shootings that happen these days, just imagine seeing that on news, knowing that your loved one is going there.
I don't know if this one is real, and here's why.
Why don't you know that? He said
because everyone is at school.
Yes.
Okay. And who keeps their ringer on during class and shit? No one.
I mean, I kind of do because I always forget to turn mine off. You know me, I'm a freaking space cadet.
No one keeps their ringer on in class.
Baby, I always forget.
No.
I always forget.
No, you don't.
Oh my goodness.
No, you don't. And you're one of like 30. To say all 30 did doesn't seem likely.
Well, how do you know their vibrators weren't going off?
You wouldn't hear that. I don't.
You
believe
would.
that.
I think you would hear the bzzz.
And here's another reason I don't believe it.
Oh my
god! The only people that would be able to truly make that observation would be who? Like first responders.
Yes,
and police.
he said he was a first responder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that part. I thought he was saying he was actually.
No, he said. Hold on.
Yeah, read it
was
again.
First on scene.
That's different than being a first responder.
First on scene is the first responder.
No, that just could be he was there.
No, he said he was talking to someone who was first on scene, was a first responder at the Virginia Tech massacre. Okay, next one. I can't with you, babe. Okay, are you ready to read this next one?
Yeah, I'm quitting. I don't give a fuck.
Oh my god.
I don't even get paid for this shit. Do you know that?
Baby. Okay, are you ready to read this one?
Yeah. Okay, fine. When I was 13, my dad was taken to the hospital, and my mother joined him, leaving me in the house alone sleeping. Shh. Shh.
Good sound effect.
When they came back in, they noticed there was a handprint on the downstairs window of the house and snow trodden in the porch.
Oh no.
Whatever the fuck that means, snow trodden in the porch. They searched the house, and nobody was there. And keep in mind the grammar in this that I'm reading is fucked.
Yeah, it's always fucked on Reddit. It's always fucked on Reddit.
The guy who wrote this, his name is Young Apple Boy.
Young Apple Boy?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Or maybe it's Young Gape Boy.
Ooh.
I don't know. Whatever it is. Okay, hold on. They searched the house and nobody was there. Nobody was there. Shh. What the fuck are we going to do? The next day we find out our next door neighbor was murdered. Holy
Baby, do you feel like an asshole now reading it like that?
I know it's not that scary, but when I think how close I came to possibly being murdered or worse, it sends chills down my wiener. He put spine. But I think it's better if you write wiener.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so do you want to talk about that one a little bit?
So let me get this straight.
Yes.
This little pussycat, his neighbor had a thing go on, and he's thinking it could have happened to him.
No. Basically,
just because there was a handprint.
There is handprints, and there was Snowfoot.
He almost got John Benet Ramsey'd.
And so what I'm thinking, my interpretation of the story...
What do you know about John Benet Ramsey?
Baby.
Do you know anything?
Yes. She was the beauty queen. She was super
all right.
pretty.
Turns out you do.
Okay. So my interpretation of this story was that this like
my interpretation
killer
of this story is that
was like looking for like a house to like go into, and like perhaps he like looked into this house, saw no action was going on, went to the neighbor's house and like decided to like murder him.
Yeah, that's pretty logical.
But like, is that not fucking terrifying?
Yeah, no, I know. I was just being a dick. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that one just is like, ugh. It's just so, like, to know where your fate lies sometimes. It's just, like, crazy. It's, like, literally a roll of the dice.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Like, reading stuff late at night can be fucked. But it's, like, that's why sometimes, like, I go to bed listening to, like, weird shit.
Yeah, you listen. This would be right up your alley. I'm surprised you don't put yourself to sleep with these sleep stories for you. You would literally call them a sleep story and you go to bed.
No, I do. I like Reddit stories, actually. Sometimes I do that, and they have, like, a narrator read them, and it's, like, some, like, pretend English dude. Kind of like how I was just doing this. Like, I was just doing it good. I give myself 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Because you can always do a little better. And you should always aspire for better, you guys. It was your first time reading. You can always aspire for better. I'm not going to say, 10 out of 10, that was perfect. Oh, I think 9 out of 10, sure.
Okay, so the next story is from...
Average is 5 out of 10.
Oh, this is hilarious, this name. I love Reddit names. Fatty Boom Balati.
No, Fatty Boom Balati. Do you want me to read it since I just got a 9 out of 10?
Do you want to read this one?
Yeah, because I give you 5 out of 10. I say I was 9 out of 10.
Okay, sounds
I'll read
good.
it.
Let's
Whoever
go.
wrote in, you're fucking in luck, bro. You better jack off to this and tell your friends to jack off to this. Because I'm going to read. Are you touching your clit? Here you go.
You ready, baby daddy?
Everybody get to rubbing your clits, okay? So this is by Fatty Boom Balati. So when I was maybe 4 and my sister was almost 1, and this is not me, obviously, this is Fatty Boom Balati. That's writing this, right? Just so we're clear. Mm-hmm. I'm reading this as if I were Fatty Boom Balati. So, Fatty Boom Balati is saying this. I'm not. Because it's going to get weird, and I want people to think it's talking about me.
Baby, we all know. This is Reddit Reads.
Yeah, okay. Reddit Reads, you guys, just so reassure, I don't want you to clip it and then just say this is about me, Bob. Okay.
Go ahead,
According to Fatty Boom Balati, when I was maybe 4, my sister was almost 1. My parents had been divorced a few months. And no, she didn't say so. I'm saying so. And my mother was driving us from Las Vegas to Wichita to see our grandparents. Mm-hmm. It's kind of an irrelevant detail, really. I mean,
baby, just read the fucking story.
At one gas station on the way, this man came up to the car and told my mother. So the guy said, "I hate to see a single mother traveling alone. And I noticed we are headed in the same direction. Do you want me to follow you for a while to make sure you are safe?" He fucking licked his chops right there, you know what I mean? He was just waiting to see if she said yeah. But here's the thing about that, girls. If someone says that, you just say yeah.
No, the fuck you don't. If someone says, "Can I follow you for a while?" you say no. Get the fuck out of here. My husband's coming soon.
But they're gonna
Bob's gonna come and beat your fucking ass.
No, he's not. They're gonna do it anyway. Bob is asleep. And he's taking a,
he smoked too much of his weed pen.
Yeah, Bob. Yeah, he's in line at the dispensary. And they're fucking out of it, and they got the one dickhead working who doesn't really know how to work all their machines. And he's trying to do the label machine, and it's a whole fucking stupid thing. And so this guy's really just trying to be a grade A nice dude, and then you have this fucking lady telling him that she can't be followed by him. She doesn't even know him.
So what happens in the story, babe?
Okay. This is fucking irritating. She politely said no. Thanks. And drove off. I know that this wasn't about you because I know you wouldn't say that. You'd be like, hell yeah, follow me. I'm going to this hotel up here, room 334. If you want to just hang out, watch some like TV, eat some pizza, we can hang in my bed with no pants on.
You're an asshole.
Okay, but anyway.
So what happens to Fatty Boom Balatti?
So this is about Fatty Boom Balatti. So she was 4 and her sister was 1, by the way.
Yes, baby. You already
Okay.
said that.
And I'm a boy. She's a girl anyway.
Baby.
Okay. What's her name? Fatty Boom Balatti.
I
so
don't
far.
fucking know.
All right, I'm just saying it's a weird name if she's not too fat and it doesn't mention it. Okay. So, she politely said no to the offer. Remember the offer?
Yes.
It was to be followed.
Motherfucker, do you want me to just read?
She politely said no, thanks, and drove off. At our next stop for gas, he again came. That's what I'm saying. So here's the problem. When someone like that on the road says, can I follow you?
Mm-hmm.
And you say no, it's just like, he could just do it anyway.
Yeah.
So you might as well just say yeah.
But if he follows you anyway, then you know he's a fucking creep. And he wasn't sincere about the offer anyway. He just wanted to stalk you, not
yes, but
follow
if you say, yes, you can follow me, then you have the power. Because now he's like,
No.
lulled. Yes.
I think it's
And
better
then
that
you
she
just-
said no because now she knows that he's for sure following her if he followed her to the next gas station.
Okay, so here's where this one goes. So she said no. She drove off. At our next stop for gas, he again came up to us under the guise of checking on us. He had been following us since the last stop. This is kind of nice of him, I think. Well, he was talking to my mother, probably fucking getting a rock-hard boner because she's a fox. His sport coat blew open, and I saw a gun tucked in his pants. His raging hard cock.
Baby, read it.
Okay. It didn't say that. After she again told the man we were fine, she left and I told her what I saw. His gun.
His gun.
While she and I were driving, she wrote a note to the next gas station attendant saying who we were, where we were planning on spending the night, and that the creepy dude was following us and what he looked like. Could you please call this in to the law enforcement and have them wait at the hotel for us? I don't know. I mean, it's kind of rhetorical here, so it doesn't really answer that.
Imagine if like the gas station clerk would have like sold that information to the next guy for like $1,000 or something.
Or imagine
like that.
if he was just in on it and they're there for the gangbang party that's about to happen.
Oh, that'd be like some like I don't know like
Weird gangbang.
vacancy type
So
shit.
here, when we got to the next stop, my mom raced in and handed the clerk the note and sped off with us. We got to the hotel and the manager had the cops waiting in one room and gave us another room with a pizza and some soda. I mean, that's kind of an irrelevant detail.
I agree.
What kind of pizza? I mean, you might as well just tell us. The man showed up and asked if his wife and kids have checked in yet and what room they were in so he could kill the fuck out of them.
Damn.
The manager gave him the key, and that one had the police in it. They questioned him and found out he was a convicted rapist.
Rapist.
He's a convicted rapist and also had a warrant out, so he was arrested. Rapist. So let me
What
get
do you-
this straight.
yeah, what do
This
you think
guy
about
was
that
trying
one?
to follow them, and they basically set him up because he was trying to be a nice quality dude. And now, just because he had one minor thing in his past, they're going to say that's who he is.
You're such an asshole.
Is that right?
Yes, he was basically gonna rape and murder them, is what I'm thinking.
You guys are assuming that.
Ugh.
No,
Does that not like give you the chills though? Like I'm telling you, I was reading this late at night and I was like fucking bugging out.
all these stories are the same, though. It's like, yeah, these stories are like almost.
You picked the theme, and the theme was stories that give you the chills that you've experienced or you've been told. It gives me the chills. All right, my turn. Okay, so this one is from RT Pout. A friend of mine was a bike messenger in Chicago. He was rowdy even for that line of work, known to kick cars that cut him off and the like.
Get fucked. That's what he probably said, is he would kick the cars.
Yeah, no, this one actually reminded me of you. That's why I picked this
I
one.
know, that reminds me of me too. That sounds something I would do. Like, fuck you, car. I'm just trying to do my shit job, you bitch.
He apparently got into a confrontation with someone in the SUV about 10 years ago. The driver literally runs him down and plows right over him. The guy drove off and nobody managed to get the license plate number or a good description of the vehicle or the driver.
Damn, I was going to say, like, that sounds like Suge Knight, but then you said all that, and that didn't sound like Suge Knight because he was on video. And they knew who it was.
No, so
But
listen
yeah,
to this, though.
He definitely ran over
But listen,
someone.
babe, listen. It
Tell
says,
me.
okay, so it says the EMTs roll my dead friend over and he's cradling the guy's front plate in both arms like a football. I got chills even writing it. So basically, this motherfucker is so bitter and so that even when he dies, because he always gets in confrontation with cars, he like managed to rip the license plate off and like have it. No one had the license plate. No one had a description, but like he like managed to like Or like it was just a freak accident that he had it off. But I just kind of thought that one was pretty funny because like he still got justice in the very end, even though he like died just being like a bitter motherfucker and like harassing cars that like pissed him off.
Yeah.
He still like got justice.
Well, good for him, honestly. And I don't know how he would have taken the license plate off, though.
I don't know. Well, it's Reddit, so who knows?
Did he have a screwdriver with him?
I don't know.
Yeah, I honestly think like 90% of these things on Reddit are just like creative writing, little bullshits that some like 11-year-old made with ChatGPT.
Okay, so do you want to hear another one that's for sure true?
Prove it. Yeah, I'm gonna go put soda in the freezer really quick.
Go for it. I'll tell the story. Just listen, okay?
Okay,
so this one is from Cole Bayes. When I was a Boy Scout, I got the filming merit badge while at winter camp one year. In order to earn it, you have to complete a short film, no matter how terrible it is. When it comes to who is in your merit badge class, but since we were all in the woods, we decided a slasher flick would be a lot of fun. We wrote a script where a mass killer goes around stabbing people at a scout camp. We weren't, creative geniuses or anything. There was a kid named Paul in the group who was pretty cool. Got along with everyone. He was one of those guys who is just naturally likable. We unanimously voted to make him play the killer because he had this really creepy Peter Lorre eye thing going on. He did great. Fake stabbing a bunch of victims and being menacing enough for a movie produced by 12, 13-year-olds. We edited the thing, buckets of fake blood, bad acting and all, and I forgot about it completely until 6 years later when I was a freshman at college and recognized Paul walking between buildings. We made small talk about each other's spring breaks plans. Fast forward a week, and I'm back home watching the news when I see a report about a young man who's killed his mother, father, and 2 family dogs, and then lit their house on fire over the break. The police already had a suspect in custody. So the newscast flashed his picture, and sure enough, it's Paul. You can guess how he did it. He stabbed them to death. And then he put a link. So if you guys want to check it out, I guess it's the news article about the murders that he did towards his family members and family pets.
Yeah, that shit's no good, you guys. If you get
So what about that one? You always want to say Redditors are fake and shit like that. What about this one? This one's fucking real, bitch. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So who's the real guy?
I think it says, here's a link to a news article about the murders with Paul's real name. So there's a link if you guys want to check it out.
Go to our Instagram.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and post this on Instagram. I'll post the screenshot of this Reddit post. So if you guys want to go ahead and find the original, and you can click on the link that's in the Reddit. As you know, Instagram only limits you to 1 link per profile. So can't exactly link it, but it'll be there for you if you want to see it. Also, our Instagram is at Paranormal Puffs on Instagram. And if you guys want to send us your guys' spooky, scary stories or any other crazy Reddits that you would like us to share next time, you can email us at paranormalpuffs@gmail.com.
That is pretty cool, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, do you want me to read this next one, or do you want to read it?
I say you read it.
Okay, so this one's really long. Okay. This one was pretty, so it works. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so she says, I was 16/17 years old, and it was very common for my friends and I to go camping in the mountains. Bring weed, beer, acid, whatever. I was always a big fraidy cat when it comes to getting fucked up, so I usually abstained. Parents' warnings took it to heart, I guess. This particular night, most of my friends were tripping bad on acid while I was sipping a beer, enjoying the fire and whatnot.
Smart. You know what I mean? Just especially lay low and then maybe take a little bit. Just see what it does. See how strong that shit is.
Oh, like microdose? Yeah.
You know, just watch it. Just see so you know, oh, man, I can't take 2 of those hits.
But listen what happens. Like some crazy shit happens, okay? So...
remember like that Asian girl we saw at that festival that was just like there just drooling all over herself?
Yes. So basically what Bob is referring to is we went to EDC once and it was amazing. But one of the things we were like tripping hard and we just saw like this little Asian chick that was just like, yeah, like tripping so fucking hard. She was like tripping us out. She was just like drooling on herself, just looking into.
You could tell she went to these things like all the time and just like.
I don't even know, babe. It seemed like she did too much. She was tripping. And I remember you just being like, baby, don't look at her. Just don't look at her. Just look away. Look away.
She clearly did too much.
Yeah, she was just standing,
but she was
looking
so
into space,
calm
like
with it.
Yeah, just like
you know,
it was just scary.
She was
because,
even
like
kind
fuck.
of dancing.
Yeah, she was kind of. It was just trippy, dude. It was just fucking trippy.
What was tripping me out is that there'd literally like be a cop right behind her watching her.
Yeah, well, there was a bunch of cops at EDC.
That's what I'm saying, and they're just there, everyone just watching everyone get fucked up, and it's just like, to me, not that cool.
Yeah, you kept tripping about that, and I was like, that's what they do. It was Bob's first time at EDC.
Yeah.
Okay, so it says, this particular night, most of my friends were tripping on acid while I was sipping a beer, enjoying the fire and whatnot. And a bunch of us girls decided to go off somewhere to pee. We were still pretty young and quite squeamish around the boys seeing us squat. We stumble off into the woods and end up walking for quite some time. One girl was searching for the perfect spot, and she was super high, but we all just went along. We finally come to a small clearing and decide to pee there. Everyone pees, and we set off back to camp.
Does anyone else have like kind of a half Woody here? Like, I'm kind of turned on
By hearing about teen girls pee, baby? I'm a little
no,
worried.
it's just they're all pissing together and stuff, and it's just like, what are they? I don't know, man. Go on.
One of my friends hears a low moan coming from the other side
See
of the
what
clearing.
I'm saying, dude?
Tells us to shh, but we don't. No, you're about to look like such a dick right now when you hear.
Fuck me, daddy. Fuck me, daddy.
It's not that kind of moan. It's more like a moan like this. Ugh.
Oh.
Okay, like someone's like last words moan. Like I can't even get a word out moan.
Like the last, like you just came everything you just had type moan, like, oh.
No, like your last breath.
Like
taken.
you're so satisfied that
like you're about to die moan. It was a death moan
because
okay?
everything was so good. Oh.
Okay, may I finish? But we don't hear it, so we urge her to come on. She's intent on investigating, so I decide to go with her. It was really dark out. You could only see as far as the lantern's light hit, so we were off into the unknown. Our light finally revealed a car, a brand new looking Subaru. Kind of freaked us out, so we scamper back to our friends, screeching like little 16, 17-year-old girls, and set back to our camp, all freaked out. We tell the boys about it. When we get there, they convince us that we had happened upon another campsite and make fun of us for freaking out. 5 years later, I'm in nursing school and working as an admin assistant in labor and delivery hospital. I have made a really good friend at work, and she and I hung out all the time. One night she comes over and we're drinking, and she tells me her dad has been missing since she was in high school. She says he had tried to commit suicide a few times, and family figured that he succeeded because no one else found him.
Let me guess.
She secretly was hoping he... Go ahead.
He was the guy
Yes.
that had all the pleasure that night.
Yes, baby.
Well, you know what I mean.
Okay, can I finish now, baby? Now that you finished the punchline to the joke. Or the punchline to the story.
It's not a joke.
Yes, you were right. Next Reddit
I hate
read.
big rights so much.
She secretly was hoping he just ran off to start a new life and maybe she would see him again someday. Not very long after that, a man was found in a stolen Subaru up on the mountain where we used to camp. He had been there for years. Through every season, freezing to hot, there was a hose from the tailpipe to the window. The man had committed suicide. It made the news, and one of the guys from high school called and reminded me of that night in the woods. The car was found not far from our usual spot. Wasn't that nuts? That was what we saw. At work, my friend got a call from her mother. The guy in the car was her dad. We heard his moaning. We saw his car. If we weren't such dumb shit little kids, we could have done something. I watched my friend fall apart over it, but I didn't tell her about my experience in the woods. I have always felt so bad about that.
No, they couldn't have done anything.
Yeah, one of the other comments said, there's nothing you should have done. Approaching strangers in the dark at night. Fuck that.
Yeah, there's nothing they could have done. And yeah, that sucks though. And like, yeah, I mean, that's sad. Suicide is not cool. If you guys are suicidal, talk to someone.
For sure. Yeah, that's awful. Yeah, that story though, like, I don't know, like that's just like, so I just kind of feel like the universe sometimes has like this weird thing where everything just circles back to each other because like you like, yeah, it's just like, I don't know, there's just something so like grim and just gruesome. You literally hear his like last breaths, you know?
Yeah. And then I was literally just making fun of it. Thanks.
I told
set
you.
me up for
I
that
did.
shit.
I told you. I
I look
told
like
you.
such a dick, and I feel like a dick.
It's okay. It's okay.
I am unredeemable.
May he rest in peace, and may that poster find peace about it. It was definitely not your fault.
Yeah, if that shit is real.
Oh my fucking God. You don't believe anything. You don't
Where's the
believe
proof?
anything. Do I have two
Where
kids?
is the proof?
How do you know you're the father of my children?
I don't know that I am.
Exactly. You literally.
Especially with how loose you are.
What the fuck?
Just, you know what I mean.
What do you mean?
Just like as a person, you're loose. Just as a woman. As a woman, you're loose. You're a loose woman.
What do you mean by that?
You know what I mean. You know damn well what I mean.
You know, damn. I have a loose vagina.
No, I just mean, you obviously not. That shit is tight.
Okay.
But I'm just saying,
I
you're
was
loose.
like,
You were a hussy.
I'm a hussy? What do you mean?
You're out there in the streets.
I literally don't even know what you mean.
You know what I mean.
Oh, okay.
You're giving it up easy.
I've been with you for 7 fucking years, babe.
Yeah.
And I'm 29 years old, so.
Yeah, but that whole 7 years you've been two-timing me.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Okay, so this one is from Bluescape. Do you want to read it or you want me to read it?
What do you guys think? She'll read it.
Okay, so this one is from Bluescape.
Have the hussy read it.
He responded to the poster of the Chilling Tales. So he says, probably the story about the girl that got lost in the Odessa catacombs back in 2005. So, babe, I know you like to interject, so tell us what you know about the catacombs or Odessa catacombs. No? So basically what I researched a little bit is that these are like underground
What
tunnels.
I told you when you asked me what a catacomb was, and I told you what it was.
Okay.
No, but where are the Odessa catacombs, actually?
I don't know. Should I Google it real quick?
Yeah, like Odessa, because I don't think it's in the U.S., obviously.
Not in the U.S. Oh, maybe. Hold on.
And I think catacombs are in Europe and like other places.
So it says the Odessa catacombs. The Odessa catacombs are a network of tunnels located under the city of Odessa in the outskirts of the Ukraine. So there you go.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So, yeah, probably the story about the girl that got lost in the Odessa catacombs back in 2005. I can only imagine that grim realization that you are lost and alone in a giant series of tunnels. Eventually, the battery on your phone gives out, and you're in complete darkness filling along the cold, damp walls. An eerie silence surrounds you, broken only by your footfalls and sobs. You have no company but your fears, regrets, and the question of how you came to this when only a few hours prior you were drunkenly partying with your friends. One day bleeds into the next, and your calls into the darkness go unanswered. Your hope of rescue begins to wane. No one is listening to your prayers. You're parched, scared, hungry, tired, and you slowly realize that this is where you're going to die. You choke on every bit of existence. You've gone through the anger, denial, and bargaining, but now you're too tired, too dizzy, and your head won't stop throbbing. Eventually, you collapse from dehydration. Your body isn't found for another 2 years.
Yeah, that's awful.
Do you think this one was fake too, babe?
Yeah. I mean, how do you know, like, they don't know what happened.
No, this was just his interpretation.
Exactly.
His interpretation.
Yes.
Okay, so what is your interpretation? If you're drunk at a party, you go through the catacombs and you get lost and you die, they find your body 2 years later. What's your interpretation? You don't think she went through
Maybe
her phone?
not.
Oh my God, baby.
Maybe not.
Baby.
It's a little dramatic, maybe.
Oh.
Or maybe it's not dramatic enough. We don't know. That's what I'm saying, That's all I'm saying.
Why are you so skeptical? Who hurt you in your life that made you such a fucking skeptical of everything?
You.
Every fucking thing you question.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, you literally said that
Are
it's
you
not
white
true.
or black, baby?
You even said that it's not true.
How do you know you're really white?
I'm not white.
Okay, there we go. Okay.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you even said it's not true. You said it's his interpretation.
It's his interpretation. That's what he's saying. Like,
Yeah.
he's responding to the thing where what is a chilling story that still
and I'm
gives you
saying
the chills.
those stories, like things like that do happen. People
Yeah.
do get lost in those
She
places.
was drunk
and they
from
do
a
die.
party
I'm
and
saying,
like wandered into the catacombs.
I'm saying
or
it's
something.
possible.
And then
But it just, I don't buy
and she
this.
ended up dying.
Yeah, like down below and shit, and comment aliens if you agree.
So you ready for the next story?
Yep.
Okay. So this one is from Spy Machine. It says, when my uncle was 4, he visited his aunt's home for the summer. There was really no kids around that was his age, so he mainly just rode his bike around the neighborhood to amuse himself. One day he rode a little too far and got lost, but luckily a car pulled over and told him it was okay. He would take him back to his aunt's house. So my uncle loaded his bike in the car and got in. The man started to drive, and my uncle, thinking it was one of his aunt's friends, asked no questions. It wasn't until they turned onto the highway that my uncle started to ask the man where they were going, that his aunt's house wasn't near the highway. The man didn't say anything to him and kept driving until suddenly he pulled over to the side of the road and seemed to think really hard on something. He then turned the car around and dropped my uncle off at the entrance to the neighborhood. My uncle realized years later that this man had attempted to kidnap him and at last minute changed his mind. Pretty fucking chilling. Thoughts?
Sum that one up to me again. Can you sum it up a little bit?
Are you serious?
Yes.
That one wasn't even that long.
Can you sum it up, though, in other words?
Why do I need to sum it up?
Could you just put it into words?
Why? Are you not
Those
listening?
words weren't good. Yes,
Okay.
I'm listening.
Okay.
I'm listening. Very well, I'm listening.
Okay, baby.
Can you just sum it up in the different words?
Okay. So there is this guy named Spy Machine. He posted on Reddit.
Spy
and
Machine.
basically he said that his uncle, when he was 4 years old, visited his aunt's house. There was really no other kids around, so he rode his bike around for entertainment. He got wandered a little too far from his aunt's house, and this car was like, "Hey, do you need help getting back to your home?"
That's nice.
Yeah, and so he was like, "Yeah, sure." He's like this
Awesome.
4-year-old.
That's awesome.
So he throws his bike in the car.
That's
the guy,
super nice.
Yeah, the guy starts going basically a different direction that his aunt's house is not in.
What the
And-
fuck?
Yeah, and so he was
Maybe
like,
he knows a shorter way to get there.
and so he was like, basically, what the fuck? This is not where my aunt's house is going. The guy keeps continuing on going, and then he pulls over, and then he says, he pulls over, and the guy seems to be in deep thought. That's what the boy said. He seems to be in deep thought. He's
Has
like,
this ever happened to anyone? You ever try to give a kid like a ride and then you accidentally go the wrong direction and then you pull over and you're in deep thought? Has it ever happened to anyone out there? Let us know down below.
the guy ends up going back to where the spot where he found the kid, drops him off there.
Why? Oh, because he probably was just like...
He was going to kidnap the kid.
Yeah.
And he thought about it, and...
He thought that was nice of him. See? That's what I'm saying, guys. You don't need to come so hard. Right? He was just like, well, like, we'll be awesome, but, you know, then I'll just be done. It'll be so quick. It'll be like 5 seconds of, oh, you know?
Yeah. So basically, he was gonna kidnap the kid.
Yeah.
He thought about it, and he was like, let me not be such a shitty, fucking, terrible human.
What a nice person.
You're such an asshole.
No, I'm saying because he didn't.
But he probably did after that. Like, because, like, I think the thing is, like, with, like, killers and, like, abusers, I feel like it always starts on a smaller level. So
See,
I think
that's
this was,
true.
I think
Yeah.
this was the first time.
That's very
And
possible.
this guy got, and that's what, like, I think about. Like, I've been thinking about this story for a long time since I've read it. And I'm like, so his uncle was lucky. The other kid that he probably kidnapped and did all these terrible things to, not so lucky. Like, his uncle was so fucking lucky.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Just think about, like, when you're 4, like, just how, like, airy-minded you are. Like, okay, sir, sure, take me back to my... Like, you don't know shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a pretty crazy one.
Yeah. Okay, so you want to read one more and call it a night?
Yep.
Do you want me to read one from, like, the sex Reddit of horror stories, or do you want one still of, like, the chilling stories from Reddit?
The sex.
Okay. I'm going to read you this one that I've been wanting to tell you, but, like, I wanted to save it for the show.
Okay.
Okay, so this one is from Fen_misting. So Fen_misting. It says, didn't happen to me, but my ex's friend. He was out on the town and managed to pull this hot girl. They then went back to her place and started going at it.
Nice.
He was going down on her and
Nice.
felt something tapping on his chin.
Nice. Her cock.
It kept happening, so he looked down and he saw a fucking tapeworm sticking out of her ass.
Oh, that sucks.
He just noped the fuck out of there. And without even telling her, he says, I still think about that poor girl, wondering if she ever found out about her little issue.
I mean, I'm sure she did. And then, yeah, I mean, I don't know how you wouldn't know about that.
Well, I mean, have you what was that show back in the day? Like Monster
Like, remember when
and
you
Me?
had that tapeworm crawling out of your ass? We found out.
Fuck no,
right
but
away.
honestly, can I tell you something actually, babe?
Yeah.
I have a fear of having tapeworms inside of me because I love to eat like raw sushi. So like that's actually like a fear of mine. So
No,
that
you've had a tapeworm.
I've never fucking had a tapeworm, you asshole.
I've seen it.
You just never decided to tell me about the
Yeah.
tapeworms that I had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you still want to eat me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't care. Tapeworm, schmapeworm, bapeworm.
Oh my
I
god.
loves pussy.
Do you want to hear another like sex horror story or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want one about an injury or do you just want one about like mom finding out?
I say do both.
This one is called by the Punchy Practitioner. It says, I had my girlfriend over in high school and my mom left to go get coffee. Mom is no more than in the car and I bring my girlfriend down to the spare room and we start having sex on the linoleum floor. Turns out Ma forgot her wallet and came home while I'm taking
that sucks.
while I'm taking my own.
That's how that shit always happens, you know? It's like, oh, I just forgot my tickets.
Yeah, I just forgot. Like,
Oh.
you know, forgot my fucking
I
shit.
forgot my headphones.
Yeah, oh
How am I going
no.
to work out? What are you doing in here?
Yeah. So he says, turns out Ma forgot her wallet and came home while I'm taking my old lady to Pound Town. I love how Reddit people talk. Like, they are so funny how they type their shit out. It says, the many noises coming from the linoleum floor, ball slapping, and her filthy mouth drowned out any sounds that would...
This is awesome.
Yeah, that would have been made by my mom's vehicle.
That filthy mouth.
Yeah. Walking up the stairs or opening and closing the side doors. The bathroom door slamming was enough to catch my attention, though, which was conveniently across the hall from where we were. It was an awkward couple of hours while we all tried to pretend that hadn't just happened. An even more awkward drive back to my girlfriend's house since neither of us had a license. My poor mother.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you win some, you lose some, you bang some, and hopefully you don't get caught by your fucking mom.
Do you remember when your mom kind of like
Saw you
us?
blowing that one dude?
Yeah, that was fucking awful, dude.
That was not me.
It was you, babe.
No, you blew a lot of guys, but it wasn't me.
God, it's like the worst type of shame there is.
My mom doesn't care. She was high-fiving you.
No, she literally
She
said,
was
guys, close the door.
No, she was rooting you on. She was like, dude, go, go, go,
Oh my
go, go,
God.
go, go.
Fuck.
And she was high-fiving me. That's the part you didn't see.
Oh my goodness.
You know?
I'm still embarrassed to this day.
No, she's watched a lot of girls give me head.
Ew.
I'm just kidding, guys. Okay, so one more story, and then we're done for the night.
Okay, one more story and then we're done for tonight. Okay, so this one is from Bill Ba Papa. So, Bill Ba Papa. Sex with a girl in the shower. She slipped and fell and cracked her head on the...
That's never happened to anyone. You ever fucking banging a girl in the shower who wants it, and she falls and cracks her head open? Real dilemma you have there. With you have a boner. You don't know what to do. Do I finish? Do I just let her?
I think your boner would die at the minute that you see her slip and fall and crack that fucking head open.
Or to get harder.
You're so dumb. So it says, she slipped and fell and cracked her head on the side of the tub.
Yeah.
Lots of blood. She was unconscious. I seriously thought I'd killed her or was going to have killed her. At the time, I couldn't drive, so I had to get one of the roommates to drive us to the hospital, which was crazy because the roommate had never met me before. I was just a guy in a towel running door to door in their house. Thankfully, the roommate had CPR or whatever training, but knew what to do and realized it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was. Calmed down, and she made a full recovery. It was just a really scary time.
That's fucking awesome. And
I
that's
know.
a good place to end because, like, I've honestly, you know, done that where you bang a girl in the shower and she trips and falls and you kill her and then you don't know what to do. And then you just figure it out from there. But it sucks. And sometimes you just have to take the bullet.
I hope you're fucking kidding, babe. Imagine if I like find out
hope
you're
I'm kidding?
Yeah, well, you like do like true crime a lot, and
Yes, I'm kidding, dog. jokes.
Okay.
Yeah, don't.
It's starting to make sense all of a sudden.
Yeah, there's gonna
That's
be
where your fascination started.
The prosecution rests.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for another week of tuning in because you tuned in.
Yeah, if you guys want to, let us know how you guys like this episode. If you guys like the Reddit reads, it's something that we can do like once a month or something like that.
But it was a nice episode. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, and if you guys haven't tried a pomegranate martini yet, go
Shove
ahead.
it up your ass.
I definitely recommend for you. It was actually recommended by Bob's mom. Remember that, babe? The first time I met your mom, she was drinking a pomegranate martini.
Yep, she was driving, drinking. Just fucking all over the place on Xanax. It was a wild night.
She tried to go backwards into the drive-thru. Do you remember that? She tried to go in the drive-thru.
Yeah, the Walgreens one. Yeah, I remember. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she wasn't even drinking and driving. That was just normal shit. That was everyday normal shit. All right, y'all.
Boy. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. I hope you guys like this episode. If you guys did, please leave us a review, rate us. It really means a lot. And we'll see you next time.
Deuces.